Hey guys, welcome back to Marcel's in the Fog, and we're continuing on with Season 3, Episode 3. Okay, the storm is coming, mortal danger looms over the crew and the ships. Okay, let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, there was a crazy storm that they ended on the cliffhanger last time, so we get to navigate through this thing, so that'll be fun, or dangerous. Okay, let's see. The eye of the storm. No indications, just a storm from out of nowhere. And how did you manage to miss it? How can you call yourself an experienced man after that? Well, it came out of nowhere. The wind began to gradually build, and the sky, so clear just a minute ago, now was covered with a continuous veil of darkness. Suddenly, the ship slammed into a wall of wind. My hat! Oh, I love his curly hair. So cute. There are more worrisome things than our hats. Batten down the hatches. Lower the sails. The crew begin to move. We're going to the walrus. Riptide can still withstand this, and we'll have to fight for the walrus. Alright. The pirates hastily left the galleon. Adelaide could not tell whether it was for better or worse. On the one hand, they lost a significant number of skilled sailors who could help during the storm. On the other hand, they took their treachery away with them. And suddenly a squall of rain fell on the deck. The drops were so big and fast that the girl felt their sharp blows even through her clothes. What clothes? Which instantly soaked through and became heavy rags. We don't have time. We must manage. Adelaide's heart was pounding fiercely. Lower the sails. Otherwise they'll roll the ship. Sebastian himself seized the steering wheel. Because of its large size, the galleon already had a great deal of windage, and the extra sails on the mast shook him greatly. We'll break through. We survived the fog, overcome the dead, escaped from Diego. Some light rain certainly will not stop us. The ship is my fortress. This is no time to lose heart. There's still too much to do. Save Santo Domingo, for example. Admiral, take care of the bowsprit. You're light enough. I'll take the main mast. Jackie ordered his new crew to deal with the foremast and the mizzenmast, and the girl rushed to the bow of the ship. And then incredible waves rose. Some of the waves towered so high that they completely blocked her view of the walrus, already barely visible through the wall of rain. The bowsprit moved up and down. Adelaide had never worked in such a storm. Get it together. And stealing herself, she climbed along the rigging to the sail. And one, grab. Adelaide groped for the right knot and pulled herself up. And two, grab. Adelaide groped for the right knot and pulled herself up. And three, grab. Adelaide groped for the right knot and pulled herself up. She reached the very edge of the ship. Hugging the bowsprit with her arms and legs, trying to overcome fear and nausea from pitching and swaying of the ship, Adelaide tried to catch her breath. Dude, the first time I was on a cruise ship, my stomach was a mess. I'm sorry. I'm almost there. The sail's tackle was right below her. The raining waves crashing on the hull drowned out all sounds coming from on deck. At this very extreme point of the ship, she felt completely isolated, and only the figurehead at the prow was keeping her company. What are you looking at? You better help. She's giving me a look like, excuse me? What's the point in talking to you? Exactly. It's time to finally take the sail down before it drags the prow over. And Adelaide reached for the rigging. Splash, bam. Ah! And it was at this moment that the galleon hit a large wave. Adelaide was nearly swept into the sea by the blow. But breaking her nail, she held onto the bowsprit. Woof! Phew. Having spat out the seawater, she returned to the rig, untying the first knot. Second knot. And again Riptide crashed into a wave. Splash. Hold on. Adelaide managed to hold on just in time. You can't take me so easily. Third knot. But the storm did not stop. Bam. Hold on. Adelaide managed to hold on just in time. I'm holding on. And the last, and the biggest wave, ready to cover the galleon, crashed towards her. The wind whipped up foam, making the oncoming wall of water look white. Bam. Hold on. Adelaide managed to hold on just in time. I'm holding on. The last wave swept across the deck, but the noble ship resisted. Thank you for not letting us down. And so she reached for the last knot. What? No matter how she tried, the knot would not give way. It was completely soaked with seawater and swollen like dirty lube. So, it's time to check what Pew taught me. And using the techniques of the old sea wolf, she unraveled this knot with the help of her teeth and a blade. The sea rolled down, and the ship was now safe. The sail rolled down. Are you proud of me? Time to go back. The crew had just finished up the sails and prepared to fight the elements. Wait, if all she did was like untie the knot with just her teeth and a blade, and if she had a blade, then why wouldn't I have been able to do this without him teaching me knots? I thought she was tying something, but she wasn't. So I'm like, what's happening? The crew had just finished with the sails and prepared to fight the elements. We survived the 9th wave. Well done. Are you okay? I'm fine, thank you. It was difficult, but I managed. You're great. But moreover, I wouldn't want to repeat that. Ouch. What happened? Flint's mark on her hand ached and a cold crawled through her veins. And Adelaide bent over in pain, clutching her wrist. It should be treated as soon as possible. I know a wonderful doctor on Tortuga. The rain had weakened so much that it almost stopped, but the hurricane with its wave continued to rock the ship. It's not a good sign. Listening to some inner premonition, Adelaide began to peer into the sky. Above her head, suspicious funnels began to reach down from the clouds toward the water. It cannot be. It's absurd. Such spouts only appear closer to the shore, and it's days to the nearest land. Well, the eyes do not deceive, so your knowledge is worthless. The former slaves were paralyzed with horror. To them, the phenomena of waterspout was the same as the appearance of a dragon. And there's one more on the right, off the bow. Oh my gosh, would have landed in the movie Twister. Did something get in your eyes? There's one right along our course. There are 6 of them. So it's clear that this is unnatural. All hands to the helm. I need as many hands as possible to keep our course. This is all the devil's doing. Only prayer can stop this curse. I urge everyone to kneel and pray to be saved from the devil's will. You kneel. We need to save our lives on the ship now. The little beast trembled with fear and pressed against Adelaide. Do not be afraid. We'll get out. Did I ever lie to you? Run to the cabin and do not show your face here. Okay, so he's nice and tucked away. Now I can focus. And 6 funnels, already stretched from the sky to the water, begin their eerie waltz on the sea surface, imminently approaching the galleon. Turn the wheel at my command. Only together we can hold it steady. Crew. Left. Half turn. Left. The ship tilted to the left, avoiding a dangerous cyclone. Crew. Hold. 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 The ship went straight without veering. Crew. Hold. Hold. The ship went straight without veering. Phew. Gone. My prayers have been heard. Examining his fresh blisters. Oh, we did a good job. It is the same. Wait a moment to rejoice in your victory. The 6 remaining waterspouts begin to merge into a colossal vortex. Oh my gosh. That doggedly chased the ship. Somebody's sending magic after us. It's not just evil anymore. Someone controls it. And someone who does not understand the sea. Exactly. The larger the tornado, the slower and weaker it flows. But this is still bad. Drop the anchors. Take cover in the hold. Jackie gave the order, and the clinking sound of chains was heard at all four windlasses. Riptide was anchored, and such a huge mass was already hard to move. But the crew underestimated the speed of the storm, and before the anchors reached the bottom, a flurry of water and wind came crashing down onto the deck, washing people away. The storm was about to take a significant portion of the sailors who had just felt the taste of freedom. Among them was the old man Seamus, who, as an experienced sailor, could not leave his post until the work was completed. I must help them. Of course, never let them take Seamus away. At least some spark of magic should have remained in me. And having gathered all her strength into a fist, squeezing in her fingers so that her nails dug into her skin, and tears welled from her eyes, she cast it all out without a trace. And a gap appeared in the wall of the hurricane through which the vessel slipped without swaying. You saved a friend and the crew. This will affect the story in the future. Wait, could we have actually lost Seamus there? Like, for real? I can't even imagine the story without Seamus. What? An almost broken ship floated on smooth, calm water. What the hell is this? An old ship? And it seems abandoned. How could it float in the midst of all these tornadoes? I think it all comes from it. Do we need to neutralize it? As long as we have time before a second strike. On such flat seas, we cannot come closer. And then prepare a boat. I'm with you. I'll go with an assistant. I'll go... Okay, apparently I've gone with William before. I'm gonna go with Jackie, though, of course. Your strength will surely come in handy. Sure. My hands are at your service. Are they now? And you did not consider me at all? If anything goes wrong, the guy will need a captain and talented helmsman. Logical. Yeah, that's right. His name wasn't among the choices. The boat was on the water, and they reached the foreign deck. Adelaide and her partner were on board. I wonder what kind of vessel this is. I cannot believe it. Do you know this ship? Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. I completely forgot that you are not 200 years old. This is the Santa Maria, one of Columbus's 3 ships that he sailed to discover the New World. The thing is, the Santa Maria hit some rocks and sank to the bottom, although the crew managed to escape. They say that the first houses the New World were built from its wrecks. Having prepared her gilded, a faithful saber, Adelaide cautiously set out to investigate this small ship. And who was this conversation with? There is a secret here, and I will reveal it. Yeah, because she's probably just sitting here talking to herself, and he's like, babe, you okay? And what does that mean? You promised me a powerful spell. Friggin' slip Nick. Everything in its due time, my lord. I'm sorry, they were about to do something else. I'm sorry. No, I used to listen to Slipknot when I was like in school a long time ago, and my mom would always call them Skipknot, and it just, I'm sorry, when I saw it, I said Slip Nick, somehow it reminded me of that. I don't even know how. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wanted to bring down the storm, but there were barely a few of the clouds and some drops of rain here in Santo Domingo. Believe me, it was a pretty significant spell. Are you kidding me? Patience, my lord. Continue lessons with me, and soon we'll cut it. I need it now. I need this piece of metal to point the way to the sword. It's not that simple. I will find that blade without you and your master. Choose your words carefully. The imprint from the ring was smoking on his cheek. Guard. Yes? Throw this rogue out of here. It will be done. You will pay for this. Okay. Who is that, dear? It's our friend. Pay him no mind. Just a quack. He has no clue that he just summoned 6 twisters, tornado things, and a freaking hurricane that we just have to fight through because he's such an idiot. It's like, how do you not realize? I don't even know. He's a fool. He is a fool. All right, episode 4 says, Adelaide steps onto a lonely ancient ship that is right in the heart of a whirlwind. What secrets does it hide? And there goes my last cup. That is okay. The Santa Maria. The wooden deck of the dilapidated ship creaked under their feet. What are you doing here, Santa Maria? Adelaide looked incredulously at the mark Flint left on her hand. Although it always, albeit painfully, pointed to any source of magic, be it an ancient temple or a mystical storm, now it was treacherously silent. This is a Karak. Very old design. They haven't made ships like this in 100 years. Jackie stared at Adelaide. Do you feel anything? No. We must look around. And together they went to inspect the deck. Creak, creak, creak. No matter how carefully the girl moved, the ancient boards creaked treacherously at the slightest touch. It's sort of dark here. I suspect the deck was absolutely empty. The sails were down and the tackles were tied up as if the ship was about to moor. But over the course of many years, all the parts of the ship fell into disrepair, and one could see where old materials had been joined to new with their naked eye. With her blade raised, Adelaide rushed towards him. What happened? I almost fell overboard. The railing collapsed right under my hand. Phew. Well, you scared me. Did you really need to shout? You would scream too if the ship wanted to drown you. There's definitely nothing here. It's time to go down below. Wow. This is not good. The interior of the ship sent cold shivers down their spines. The walls grinned with smiling skulls and stared with empty eye sockets. Adelaide raised her weapon as the lantern illuminated these bas reliefs, but no one attacked. Looking closer, she extended her hand and touched one of the skulls. Wood. Someone commissioned these carvings and placed them here. This man's soul was clearly damned. How else could he dream this up? Must examine. We have to do them all, so I'm just gonna go just down in order. Start with the cockpit. The sailors resting and gathering in place carried an unfriendly atmosphere. The stale air and cramped space were alarming. Why did that scare me? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Look at his little face. He just like popped out like, hello. Oh my gosh. The freshly removed skull rolled onto the dark old boards. Great reaction. But these are just skeletons. And they are in no hurry to move. The lantern shed light on the rest of the crew. Some were lying, some were sitting, and some were leaning against the wall. It doesn't look like there was a slaughter. They all have relaxed postures. An empty bottle rolled from underneath their feet. Bottle of rum. They died during a celebration. So it was poison. They were treacherously poisoned. I'm gonna need you to stop moving. What? Oh, that one. One of the skeletons slid aside, unveiling notches that speckled the wall. These stand for each day at sea. Slaves sometimes make them too, so as not to go crazy from losing the track of time. The bones that fell to the side seemed to inspect the girl insinuatingly. Don't stare at me. Thank you, friend. Let's not disturb the dead, yeah? And now let's see what you want to tell us. The entire side of the ship was streaked with marks. This journey was a great burden for some. Adelaide counted 53 marks. That's in red, so I'm gonna assume I need that. They sailed for that many days. We must examine the hold. The hold was surprisingly empty. There were hardly any boxes or barrels in it. Strange. They did not take proper care with their provisions. The hold is already empty, and they hardly reached their destination. Or maybe they still sailed to where they wanted? We must search more. There was nothing left of the food. The ropes and other rigging were hardly useful either. Oh, but something still caught Adelaide's attention. What did you find? I hardly understand magic enough, but the one who orchestrated this exit understood it better than me. I can't guess what each of these things is for. However, I feel that they are part of a ritual, a bloody ritual, and it was clear that only a small portion of this frightening inventory remained. I told you that the soul of whoever owned this ship was damned. I can't be sure of that, at least for now. What to do with these items? Do not touch taken item. Should I touch it? But maybe I need some of these black magic items. Because if there's a point where your strength and diplomacy need to be about even, maybe there's also a point when your black magic and white magic needs to be even. Actually, I think there is. Maybe I should take it. It could come in handy. I think I'm gonna make an exception and grab the black magic item. Especially because I got an extra white magic item that I didn't know, white magic point from something else that I didn't know I was gonna get it from. So I think I still should be able to make my 50 by the end of this season that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Adelaide carefully took an ancient dagger for herself. A cold dagger. Oh, I thought it was that one. It still looks different. What is this? A port ticket miraculously stuck between the boxes caught her eye. Port ticket. The ink on the ticket was almost faded, and it was impossible to read neither the year nor the month, but the departure date was legible. 29. We must examine the galley. Tight fit. I served on ships where there were even smaller places. Phew. She was getting dizzy from the heat. There must be some documents. There should be a ledger. The galley is the safest place to keep the documents. There's always light and a flat table. The wood has decayed so much that some door handles break off without opening the cabinets, and the stifling smell only made it worse. So, search meticulously, of course. Get it together. Every inch must be searched. There could be something. Crunch. A time-battered board covering a secret stash fell aside by chance. Precious. What's in the cache? Bottle of old wine. Wine can be useful for a special evening full of romance. Clark was hoarding it, saving a bottle for us. Now is the time for some refreshments. Or it can be presented as a gift to a very important person. What should I use it for? Because I know who it's for. I think I'm gonna save it for the person. I think it's more important for the person. So instead of using it for romance, even though I'm curious what that would entail. I mean, it's just drinking wine. Like, how would that be a special? I don't know. What are you doing? This wine is about 200 years old. It's worthy of a special occasion. How about locking ourselves together in the cabin and sitting on the bed in a nightgown? Tempting offer, but leave that for later. Her fingers felt a massive book. This must be it. The heavy volume was spared by time for some reason. Blowing away the dust, the girl began to carefully leaf through the crumbling pages. There were sailors' names and surnames written on half-decayed pages. In total, Adelaide counted 23 people. Okay. That many of them departed. Alright, all that's left is the cabin. The door of the captain's cabin was decorated with strange discs. Boom, boom. And of course, it's locked. Something is wrong here. This door stood out among all the junk lying around. It was as if time had no power over it. The door looked completely new. Step back. I'll take down this door. Be careful. Phew. What is it made of? It won't budge. Golden discs. These discs rotate. And here are 3 numbers. Wait, there is something written here. Above the disc was an inscription. On day, they left their homes, and for a long time struggled with the abyss of the sea. Their journey lasted for days, but there was no turning back. All never returned home. They sank to the bottom of the sea. The door opened and the captain's cabin appeared before their eyes. Yeah, I think you need that code or the numbers. Okay, I thought you had to remember them, but thankfully they remember it for you. Yeah, but you have to collect all those numbers before you can go inside the door. I feel like we're like doing like an Indiana Jones or like Lara Croft like type of like, you know, mystery or something, and we're like going through some like ancient stuff. It's kind of fun. The door opened and the captain's cabin appeared before their eyes. There was neither dust nor cobwebs on the table or walls. There was neither dust nor cobwebs on the table or walls. Okay. Suspicious. There must always be order in the captain's cabin. But taking into account the rest of the ship and those dead men, I don't know. And they entered the captain's cabin. This is the logbook. The girl turned the pages, eagerly looking for an answer. Immersed into the story. The story took Adelaide back in time. Oh, okay. Come in. Good afternoon. What do you need? I have concerns about this expedition. And a lot of questions. Yes? Cortez put his hand on the pommel of his outlandish sword. The whole crew has questions and concerns. Great. Tell me. The ship is very difficult to manage. When you order Santa Maria to be lifted from the bottom, What's wrong with Santa Maria? Did the ship not discover the new world for us? And bring the greatness of civilizations to these wild lands? Sure, but we thought it would become a symbol, a monument, and they did not generally believe that we could find it. I did indicate a place where it was. But how? Consider it a divine intervention. But why did you have to restore it? A raised ship like this is very difficult to control, and it always runs the risk of leaks. This voyage will rival the mission of the conquistadors in its greatness, and for such a journey you need a special ship. But why all these bones and skulls? It is an ancient tradition. You are not bothered by everlasting relics, are you? No, of course not. So what is the problem? The fact that these are not holy relics and murals. These are just details. They are a symbol of all who fell during the conquest of these lands, a symbol of martyrdom, which will pave the way to our great new goal. Then Cortez's eyes had a glaze over them, as if he was looking somewhere past the captain and through the walls. But our greatest concern is this. Our supplies are nearing their end, and we still do not know where we are sailing. I told you, we are sailing to distant shores, better known as the end of the world. But this is insane. Or haven't you heard that the earth is round? The demonic laughter froze the captain's blood in his veins, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. I understand. You just keep it a secret. Do not worry. We are almost there. And it will all be over very soon. I have a great battle ahead. Probably the most important battle in the history of humanity. A battle in which the old gods will fall and a new one will rise. The conquistador squeezed the sword's grip so tightly that his glove creaked. Oh, and also, this is a wonderful reason to celebrate. Order those special bottles of rum out of the hold. I have something to say to the crew. And make sure every last sailor is present. As you order. And now you go. I will join you a little later. The captain, not daring to step back, stared down at the floor. And what about that one? Do not worry. Today will cease to disturb you. That one. God. It was all Cortez's plan. Perhaps being in possession of the Sword of Death played tricks on his mind. But where was he going? And why? The blow came right from under their feet. Adelaide and Jackie numbly exchanged glances. Someone's down there. The cache's floorboard creaked. A thin, starving slave entered the cabin. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought I would die of hunger and thirst. I am so glad that I found a new master. I will serve you with all of my heart and soul. I will be the most faithful. That sounds sketchy. I eat very little and work hard. Take me with you. There is a key in the desk drawer. It will set me free. Adelaide rushed to the desk drawer. Stop! I suspect I know who this is. My grandmother told me tales about him. How long have you been there? There were no windows, no slots. I cannot count the days. I only know that I can barely stand from hunger, and my mouth is so dry that it hurts to breathe. Who are you trying to fool? No one has stepped aboard this ship for more than 100 years. I blundered, I guess. Completely lost track of time, being locked up, and missed the fact that time is a complicated concept for mortals. Who are you? Allow me to introduce myself. Anansi. This name tells me nothing. Who are you? Oh, I'm a simple storyteller, a jester. My role is only to tell tales and run errands for older spirits. I also sew a little, just a little. Anansi? Do you know anything about him? Do I know anything? He is a living embodiment of tricks and deception. I both fear and love him at the same time. How did you get here? Cortez had a very dangerous piece of iron. I value my life more than freedom, especially when time is meaningless. Where did he go and what was he planning? No, no, no. You think you're so smart. You want everything at once, don't you? First, set me free. Then ask questions. And what if we do that the other way? I set you free only after you answer the questions. You need these answers more. And I can sit here for a few hundred years more until someone more gullible comes along. Maybe let's reach an agreement. I will set you free, but you must swear that you will fulfill your promise. No one can control you, but will you show me that a spirit's word is worth something? If a spirit swears, then it is forever. And I swear that in return for freedom, I will tell you everything I know. Freedom. He pulled out the pimp suit. Dude. Feels good. Thank you. I feel much better. You swore, and I will keep my promise. I will tell you one story. Not everything is okay in the spirit world. There are some who are quite ardent and proud, those who wish to become the only gods, and to protect your beloved people from such spoiled gods. The spirits gave people a special blade. The sword can rip the veil between the worlds. It can kill even a spirit. Well, and as a side effect, disrupting the order of things grants control over the dead. And then comes the great commander and a sailor. Cortez? You can call him that. He carried the torch of his faith into the New World, without sparing anyone in his path. Good people tried to appease him and befriend him. I already know this story. Do not rush the old storyteller. One of the gifts went to our hero as a gift of reconciliation, and he behaved like those who were meant to be stopped by the sword. Exactly like an evil, cursed god. Believing himself the chosen one, he decided to continue his crusade further, against spirits, to proclaim himself the new god. What's that look on your face? I do not think he will succeed, and given the time that passed, he already failed. There are a lot of things you do not know. The world has changed a lot. Fog covers seas and islands, bringing bloodthirsty dead men along with it. These lands are plunging into chaos. Then he may well have achieved some success, and perhaps with some help from the inside. Cortez just got confused? No, he crossed the line. He gotta go. Oh shoot, this black magic. Crap. Crap. Oh no. I might have goofed. I think I might need that. Need that point. I could probably spare to lose 1 black magic point, but 2. Crap. Wait, I got another extra one than I did normally when I did the flag, because I was only expecting 1 of my magic point there, but I got 2. It still should balance out. Let's hope. I'm just gonna keep on moving. Bloodthirsty maniac. The blood he spilled was not enough for him. He just couldn't stop. I do not judge him. But if he still hasn't returned, and the troubles just keep growing, then he probably got into trouble. And it serves him right. I have to stop Cortez, or find out what he did in the world of spirits, and put an end to all these problems. How do I get to the end of the earth? How should I know? I can go there almost any time, if it wasn't for these chains. How did Cortez learn of this path? He found a map somewhere on Tortuga. I need this map. How can I find it? There is a symbol drawn in each corner of it. A swarm of spiders descended from the ceilings of the cabin and deftly began to weave 4 symbols out of silk. And now, allow me to bow out. I still have a lot of work to do. Not so fast. I'm not the only one here. Or is this all the gratitude you have to give? Together we saved you from the prison. He helped us already. Do not tempt the storyteller. It's alright. As a sign of respect for your grandmother, no one will ever say that Anansi is ungrateful. There was a reason why I'm a divine weaver. Oh! You're getting some fancy new digs! I don't like the pants on that one. Yeah! Wow. Grandma wasn't lying. You're the best weaver in the world. I'm the best among spirits, too. And you can't argue with that. There is still, of course, Arachne. But this is a long-standing argument. Okay. The spirit turned into a spider and disappeared into a gap between the boards. Alright. It's time to go back and reach Tortuga as quickly as possible. We have a lot to do there. Santo Domingo. A freaking pigeon. And here's a long-awaited pigeon. Well. Yeah. Riptide? What an awful choice. Great. Prepare the fleet. Where are we heading to? To Tortuga. Although it was expected. Great. Although, how will you take her without the galleon? Don't panic. 2 more pigeons will arrive soon, and I'll have enough information about their weak spots to both return your ship and crush this hotbed of piracy. And then all these lands will become ours. Alright, okay, I got a good chunk of black magic there. I know it's only 2, but that could be a lot. Huh, okay. But we're doing pretty good, all things considered. What is it? Jackie got a fancy new outfit, which is cool. A good change of clothes every once in a while is not a bad thing. That's really cool. Yeah. I don't know, it was just a lot of lore, mostly finding out what Cortez's plans are, what some more plans that we need to do once we get to Tortuga. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and show it some love, and I will see you next time. Bye!